What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to today's video where we'll be presenting the first professional game analysis of the channel. So today we're going to be going through my first game of this season. Again, I'm playing for Flower City Union. Number 20, you'll see me as a right back, which I forgot to mention in the last video. So about 2 years ago now, playing my last year at Biola, my coaches decided that I would actually be a better fit playing at outside back. I remember it pretty vividly, the assistant coach bringing me in at halftime and saying, that this is simply what happens to wingers who can't score. So to this day, I'm still playing as an outside back, so still learning it, still trying to figure out the position over these past 2 years, but we're getting better day by day. And today we're just going to be getting straight into the clips. Again, I'm playing for Flower City Union, which competes in the NISA League, which is in the third tier of the U.S. soccer professional league system here in the United States. So yeah, let's get straight into the clips. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and throw the clips up on the screen here. You guys will have to let me know what you think about this face cam thing. It's kind of new to me, but we're trying it out. But yeah, so getting into the first clip, only about 3 minutes into this video, into the game I should say. It's just a long ball from their center back. He's trying to clip it over the top, drifts out of bounds here. We'll try to kind of speed through it a little bit just because there's a weird conversation with the ref about some shin guards. And yeah, as I look forward here, just looking for some options to throw it on downfield. Try to pick out Freddie there. They head it up. We are up for the header, and it just goes right out of bounds. So getting into this next clip, it's actually a really nice ball out from their goalkeeper. He picks out their outside back, which is high and wide here. And as he's driving at me, I'm just trying to force him down the line. And as he takes that one big touch, get my body in between him to try to force a poor cross. And we are eventually able to clear. Into this next clip, another ball just kind of played out of bounds. Again, we'll kind of fast forward going into this throw in, but yeah, just quick and easy, nice back to my center back and captain Mubi Kwesele there. Here they've got a ball going down the line, and again I'm just trying to be tight into the back of my winger. Kind of a loose pass from them. I clean it up, play it into Steven, looking for the return ball, but he decides to turn out and go the other way. Coming into this clip here, just a 1-2 from their center mids. Kind of, again, a loose pass, which I'm cutting out. So I just pick it up, take my touch forward, and we're finding my winger, Freddie, who tries to find Ali, but he's unfortunately offside right there. All right, here again, their center back is advancing the play, passing into my winger. Again, I'm trying to be tight, trying to stay on his back, kind of diving in for a tackle there, but I honestly felt like I pulled my leg out in time. Referee saw it differently. He said I was grabbing too much of the upper body there, so he calls a foul, and it's their ball. Ball into my winger again. He's tucked in pretty far inside, so I'm just trying to stay tight to his back. He tries to flick one around the corner, and here we're going to go ahead and pause it actually. So I feel like I'm in a pretty good pocket of space there. So instead of trying to back up or go forward or trying to find new space, I just stand where I am. I'm talking to Carta, I'm talking to Moonby there, my center back and my six, telling them, hey, I'm in space, asking for the ball. And as that ball's coming in, we'll pause it. You can see him checking my shoulders just to see what's ahead of me. So playing that again. Take my touch forward, another one to set me, and I see Luke's making a run in over the top. Just kind of dink it in over to him, and we've got a really solid chance there. Just unfortunate we weren't able to finish. On this clip, ball's on the far side, their outside back is trying to hit that long diagonal ball, and I'm just tracking my runner. Here I need to do a better job of just staying on my feet, not trying to dive in or jump at anything, but we are eventually able to clear. All right, again, next clip, again, the ball is on the far side. My left back, Noah, is throwing it into Ali. And as this ball kind of pops out again, I'm just kind of backing up, trying to find the space, trying to get wide, and just playing that ball into Moonby. And here you can see me a bit of a slip there, but as soon as I play that ball back into Moonby, I'm trying to go inside, and that was just more of a tactic that we implemented for this game in terms of inverted fullbacks, our outside backs inverting. And there, I'm trying to find that one-touch pass into Ali, but just a loose touch, not accurate enough. Simply just got to do better there. Now getting into the next clip, we've got a free kick. It's taken quickly, and Carta finds me on this far side. Again, just opening up with my first touch, and again, trying to dink that ball into Steven, our 8 there. And again, it's just not sharp enough. I mean, it was a good reaction to try to win it back, but shouldn't be making that mistake. Eventually, they throw the ball in, they get it down the line, and it's just a recovery run for me, trying to get behind the ball. And as he plays that ball through, thankfully it's offside. All right, so again, ball's on the far side here. After a couple of touches and passes from them, I think it's their center mid that's drifted out wide there. He pings a ball over the top to my winger. So I'll pause it here at this point. I'm just telling my winger, Freddie there, number 19, to close down the ball, and I'll take the runner, the overlapping fullback. So as that ball's played, I'm then stepping out. When he just plays that first time ball in, again, I'm trying to get back into position behind the ball, just force him wide, forcing him backwards, and then thankfully that crosses over hit, and we're able to possess out. Again, ball on the far side here, no pressure on the ball, so he's able to hit that long diagonal switch. Here I head out, but I think honestly I had the time, had I been more composed, to either just head back or settle the ball. As the ball is played out to my winger here, again, just trying to close the space, trying to block off the far side of the goal. And thankfully it's kind of a poor effort right at our goalkeeper. So getting into this clip here, my center back Mumbi and Carter exchanged passes. Carter, my 6, finds me, and again it's just that simple bump, and I'm inverting right away into midfield. So here we've got a ball out wide on that far side. Luke Ferrer 10 is trying to switch the ball. I think he's trying to hit that diagonal over to Freddie or Steven, but it kind of falls in my lap, so I clean it up. And we're actually going to pause it here so you can see in this moment I've got my hand out as I'm making that run forward. And this is, probably not a tip for a whole lot of fullbacks, but any midfielders, any strikers, any wingers that find themselves in kind of similar areas, that's just something you want to do as you're making eye contact with the guy on the ball, the guy who is wide and is available to put that cross, and you want to show him where you're making your run or where you want that ball. That's what you see me doing there. I'm asking for the ball kind of in this space at that near post area, and as you'll see here, Steven tries to pick his head up, tries to pick it out, and it looks like it's just taken by the wind there. I think I forgot to mention it was a very, very windy day this day, so a bit tough playing. And then moving into this next clip, again, it's just another throw in, just kind of scanning, looking for options forward. I don't really see too much, so we end up throwing it in eventually here into Luke's feet. And as he sets me back, I just kind of smash it, trying to get it off of the defender, but we'll play this back again. Just looking at this space right here as Luke plays me back, I think again with a bit more composure, a bit more calm on the ball, as he sets me back, I should be taking that touch infield. You see there's a bunch of space in there. Whether options pop up after that or not, I'm not sure, but I think that was a much better option. Just take that first touch infield, keep calm, keep the ball, instead of losing it as we did. All right, so again, ball's at the feet of the keeper. He's able to dribble out of his own box, and he's hitting that long ball. And again, I'm just trying to head out. Again, maybe there's a shout there in retrospect that I could be heading it back to Mumbi, but just trying to clear it out of danger there. Getting into this next clip, again, their center back with plenty of time and space to just drive past the midfield line. He plays it into my winger, and I'm just again trying to stay tight to him. Even as he dribbles across the field, I'm just sticking with him. He plays the ball back, and as soon as I see that ball played backwards, I head back to my position. But unfortunately, this is where they score the first goal of the game. And we'll run it back again, just looking at it from kind of a team angle as well as an individual perspective. We really can't have their center back with that much time, that much space to drive 30 yards into their field, into our field, I should say. Again, trying to be tight, maybe should have just passed on my winger to the center mids, and that maybe would have helped to kind of declog that area so there wasn't so much confusion. But even after that, as the ball is kind of played through our midfield, we have to be bumping runners, we have to be checking guys, we have to be a bit more intentional and physical about how we deal with those runs going through the middle of our formation. Now again, same kind of concept, there's center back carrying the ball. Thankfully it's more of a loose touch, which I intercept. And on all honesty, I got a little bit lucky there. Loose touch for me, but I was able to get my body kind of in between the winger and the ball, and he ends up fouling me. Next clip here, their center back is able to again pick his head up, just kind of tries to ping a ball over the top. Their winger takes that touch, and as he cuts back, just trying to force him backwards. And then here they're attacking mid, kind of drifts out wide. I think that's kind of a breakdown in communication. But again here, so as we'll pause again, as I mentioned earlier, right, when we have their outside back overlapping their winger or whoever's out there, like their 10 in this case, I'm going to tell my winger who's tracking that man to step on the ball, so therefore I can track that outside back. So as that outside back's overlapping, I'm going with him. My winger is stepping towards the ball. He decides to put in a cross, and again, thankfully it's not too dangerous. Again, overhit, and just rolls out of bounds. All right, so finally into the second half here, Mumbi is again playing me a ball out wide. As I pick my head up, don't really see a whole lot of options, so we just decided to bring it back to Mumbi and switch the point of play. All right, in this clip, I'm just tracking my runner in behind, and then as I release him to Mumbi, I try to step in for the tackle. Just kind of an unfortunate ricochet, kind of goes into his run there, but thankfully nothing dangerous comes of it. All right, here they've got a free kick, and it seemed like, I'll pause it here, this was kind of a tactic that they seemed to implement in the second half especially. So like I mentioned, the wind was very strong this game in terms of going from left to right. So in the second half, we're playing against the wind, they're going with it. And their left winger, I believe his last name is Espinal, number 21, He's a very good player. He's one of the best in the league, definitely one of their better players. So I think they were very intentional in terms of trying to pick him out on that far side. So you'll see it from free kicks, you'll see it from the goalkeeper. There's a lot of moments where they're just playing the ball quickly, trying to hit it in over behind my head essentially. So here's the first one where we're having to deal with it. Again, the ball's kind of floated up. That's actually their 9 that's drifted out wide there, big body. But thankfully it's overhit and just drifts right out of bounds, where we've got another throw in. Kind of speed it up a little bit here. As I'm just scanning for options, looking for somebody, and eventually just end up throwing it into Ali, our 9, tries to flick it on, and we're just not able to keep possession there. Alright, like I said, with the wind, the keeper's going to pick the ball up here, and it's just a launch. That keeper honestly had a pretty big boot already, so yeah, just hits it in, finds their winger, he's able to cut back and play that ball in, and we're actually going to come back to this after this play. As you'll see, ball gets back out to him. I try to force him to his left. Thankfully, Kyle's able to clear the cross, but we're going to look at a couple of different instances here where, simply just not good enough from a defensive standpoint. So for me, first one is, as that ball's punted out, that ball should not be bouncing. That's kind of one of the basic rules that I think we're all kind of taught as a kid. The ball shouldn't be bouncing on those clearances. And then secondly, we're going to go back just a little bit here. As he cuts inside, I should not be turning my back to the play. So you'll see, we'll pause it here, where he's cut inside, and instead of opening up my body, opening up to keep myself facing the ball and the player, I turn inside to where I can't see the ball for a moment. Thankfully, nothing dangerous comes of it. But again, just learning those defensive principles where I need to keep my body open towards the player and the ball. So yeah, just got to be better in both of those moments. So into this next clip, we've actually got a free kick. So Luke, our 10, sets it down, plays it into Moonby. He plays me. Again, I'm looking up, not really seeing much, so I just play it back to him. Moonby takes a few touches here, and again, he's just going to find it back to me. And again, looking up, don't really see anything on. Take a few more touches, but eventually end up switching it to Kyle. And again, on this clip, we're actually going to go back again, just because there's a pretty good learning point here. One that Carta, my 6, you'll see him on the screen here, number 4. You can tell right after I play this ball, right before actually, you'll see he's telling me right here, he's backed into this space. He's done a really good job to create space for myself. So we can't see the whole picture here in terms of what the rest of the midfield looks like, but he's backed up so I could then take that space. So you'll see as we play the clip out here, he's letting me know, Malik, I've backed up so you can take that space. Let's advance the ball forward. So again, just another point to take on board here. Now getting into this next clip, Mumi's able to pick up a loose ball, and I'm just getting wide here. He gets a bit stuck on it, again, not many options. So as I take my touch forward, playing into Freddie, and he looks for the 1-2 back. And yeah, honestly, I thought I got fouled there. Took a bit of an elbow to the face, but the referee played on. Here, to be honest with you, I was kind of looking forward to showing you this. Just a bit of shambles from the goalkeeper, but they're able to get out of it. And again, it's a hopeful ball over the top. And this time, although the ball bounces in behind me, I'm able to just kind of get my body between the offensive player and the ball, draw a foul there, and we're able to move on with possession, and he actually picks up a yellow card there. So now again, ball is with the goalkeeper, and he's looking for that diagonal ball out to their winger. It just kind of skips out of bounds, so we've got a throw in. Fast forward in here, it's just real simple, back into Moonby's feet. Alright, so here again, Carta picks up the ball, R6, and he plays a very good diagonal ball into space here. As I pick up this ball, I'm 1v1, so I'm trying to beat my guy. I'm going to take a decent touch to get beyond him, but just unfortunate to slip, and even more unfortunate that the referee calls a handball. So here you'll see on the far left top part of the screen, the goalkeeper's got a goal kick. Again, trying to hit it in behind over my head. Thankfully that one drifts out of bounds. And again, we're just going to pick up the ball, looking into Mubi's feet, but the 9 sliding over. So again, just looking for options, looking for movement. Eventually throw it up there, and there you clear it. Alright, for this clip, yeah, not too much to it. Again, Moonby's taking space. I'm just providing a wide option, looking forward, trying to see what might be on for me. As I get it, I don't see much, so I just bump it into him, and we're able to keep possession from there. So this next clip, ball kind of gets cut out, and I'm just reacting, trying to clean it up. Just taking a touch, settling it down, and playing back to our goalkeeper so we keep possession. Yeah, there's not a whole lot to speak on this clip. Unfortunately, the cameraman is kind of slacking on this one, so we catch the very end of it. Essentially, I'm trying to shield a ball out. It's not got enough legs on it for it to run to the end line, so I just played the ball wide. You can see me there. I'm kind of gesturing towards my center back, towards the goalkeeper. And, you know, they were telling me that I should have played one of them backwards when I was telling them, you know, maybe you guys could communicate to me. But in all honesty, I think in that moment I've got to take responsibility for my awareness in terms of what's on in that situation. But yeah, either way, yeah, just using that frustration, trying to get tight to the guy and able to force a turnover where we're able to counterattack from there. So here we've actually got a decent chance. Malik Stewart, my winger who was subbed into the game, gets a shot off. And again, immediately, goalkeeper's picking up the ball, not even getting to the edge of his box, but just launching it downfield. And again, thankfully the wind takes that one and it's out of bounds. Again, another throw in, just simple back to Mumbi, and we're able to switch the play.
No way.
Oh, son of a gun. Alright guys, third time's a charm. I just realized that my camera was not recording earlier. So we're going to try to do this again, finish off the video. But the point that I was about to make in this and after this clip was that typically we like to have our wingers, our 8 and our 10 pretty high up the field. So I think this is an area which we really struggled in this game, particularly in the second half, going against the wind. So we had all of these high options, but we had no threat in behind. With the wind, we weren't able really to put balls in over the top. So therefore we needed a lot more options coming to feet. So in this clip, you know, I remember it pretty vividly in terms of playing out. Again, the build out was really well. Oscar set me well. And before I played the ball, I remember yelling Ali, who was our number 9, for him to check in so I could play him into that space. But then again, like I said, there's a bit of miscommunication. Obviously, you can tell the ball's cut out. So looking back retrospectively, I think I just kind of have to take more responsibility in that moment in terms of recognizing Ali's movement, that he's not checking in, and just take my first touch positively and continue driving into space there. Alright, so moving into this next clip, Karta's on the ball. He takes a quick free kick, gets it back from Mumbi. Here he's just going to find me. I look up to see if there's anything on, just quickly decide to go to Karta, and we're able to switch it to the other side. Alright, so ball's bouncing a bit in the midfield here, and Oscar Sanchez, number 11 there, got subbed in to play the 10 for us. Plays a great ball out to me. I'm able to take my first touch into space, and eventually opt to try to find Michael Cunningham, our left winger on this far side. And although we are able to keep the ball, I am going to run this back one more time just because I think this is a good point for not just outside backs, but for wingers, strikers, attacking mids, anyone who kind of finds themselves in similar positions. So here again, Malik does great to overlap me, and I think the best option, the most effective option, is just to drive at that outside back. So essentially with his overlap, we've created a 2v1, right? So I can just drive with that outside back. If he tries to cut off Malik, I can cut inside and then look to combine. And then if he's cutting off the inside route, then we've got Malik making a great run into space there. So again, you know, I think what I was trying to do was a decent idea, poor execution. But I think the smartest idea there was just to drive at that outside back and again creating a 2v1 opportunity for us there. All right, so getting into this next clip, Karta, our 6, is on the ball, plays a diagonal ball into Malik. Their outside back takes a bit of a loose touch, and it's out for our throw-in. So Malik just takes the throw in himself, throws it back to me. I'm able to settle the ball and give it to Oscar, who sets Karta, and we're able to play out from there. So here, Mumbi doing really well under pressure, finding Oscar. Oscar is driving into space and pops it out to me. Just a good build up here. I'm able to find Malik. First time ball into Steven, who is playing the 8 for us again. Steven tries to find Ali over the top, and we almost have a chance there, but it just doesn't quite work out. Here, their center back is playing the ball into my winger. I'm able to cut it out, do well to read the play, but unfortunately just a loose, sloppy touch. You can tell a bit of frustration for my teammates, and of course a frustrating moment for myself there too. But moving into the throw-in, they've got a throw-in. They're just trying to throw it into my winger, and here I'm just trying to stay tight with him. He kind of misses his touch. I try to poke it away, but just sticking with him as he drives across the field, and again tracking him in behind. The guy cuts back, will play that same winger that I'm tracking again, and knowing I do well just to force him backwards there. So here our goalkeeper, Mike Mejia, is rolling it out to Mumbi. Again, plenty of time and space for him. I'm in that inverted position that we talked about, where I'm just kind of tucked in as another pivot in the midfield. I'm checking my shoulders. I see that there's pressure, so I just set Mumbi back. Here, Malik gets the ball. He tries to play a ball upfield. It doesn't quite work out, but we're able to get a throw in. And then I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through the substitution here. Eventually, I'm going to get on the ball, looking to throw it into either Ali or winger or somebody. Ended up deciding to go back to Mumbi, and from there we're just switching the ball. So again, goalkeeper on the goal kick here. Again, not even having to roll it out to the edge of his 6 to drop a bomb here. I'm able to get ahead on it, And again, going for the header again, I thought it was a bit of a foul. Caught some studs on the way down from that guy, but referee waves play on. And then eventually Mumbi and I are able to get a tackle in on that same guy, and we're able to counter attack with Mumbi driving forward. So here again, another throw into my winger. I'm just up for the header, and we're able to clear it after that. Alright, so here honestly is a real mess in midfield. Karcha does well to kind of battle, and again it's loose touches, kind of just a bunch of scrappiness. Eventually their outside back gets the ball, he's kind of driving at me, tries to take a touch and beyond me, and I'm just stepping in and tackling to clear. So in this moment, 90th minute, Noah's very unfortunate with the tackle there. Again, the camera works a little shady, so you can't see the whole picture, but just as that ball is being clipped in towards the back post, I'm just there to clear it out. But unfortunately, we foul there. They've got a free kick. So here in the last minutes of the game, again, poor camera work, but I've got a throw in there. I throw it into my winger Malik. He just sets me there. I'm able to bounce it off the guy for another throw in. So again, we've subbed in a center back at striker here, so we're throwing it into his feet, letting him hold the ball up. Again, he does well to win another corner, and here I've got a bit of a long throw on me, so setting up for the long throw, but Malik is aware, and he's ready just to check in, so just throw it into his feet and try to provide an option, but he ends up going the other way. Alright, so let's check to see if my camera is still recording. Alright, so camera's still recording, battery's a bit low. So we'll go ahead and try to wrap this up. But ultimately, you know, this was, it was a decent game for myself. I don't think I necessarily performed really well. I think as a team, you know, we had chances to score early to kind of put pressure on the other team, which we didn't take. But at the end of the day, I was fairly happy with the match as a whole, just because I was able to get through the whole 90 minutes. Early on in preseason, my coach kind of felt that I needed to work on my fitness, needed to be more fit, again, playing as an outside back, to be able to get up and down the pitch, to be able to, again, in our system, invert back in and out, tracking runners and everything. So yeah, I was happy to get through the 90 minutes. Of course, not happy that we ended up losing 1-0, but the Maryland Bobcats, they're a pretty decent team. They're a solid team here in this NISA division. So, we'll be playing them again, and hopefully we can get the better of them at some point this season. But yeah, from here we just kind of have to take these lessons, keep doing what I've been doing, analyzing these games, watching them back, and hopefully you guys are able to learn from this as well, kind of the little notes and tips that I'm able to pick up as a player, and hopefully they're not just applicable for my position and my team and my situation, but you guys are able to take them and apply them into your own games as well. So with that being said, I don't think there's anything else to say, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I hope that this is able to help you guys out. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys again next week with another game analysis. Until then, it's been Malik.